Hey, so we're here with Clarence. How'd you find me, man?
Actually, bandit signs. Bandit signs, yeah, some bandit signs. Actually, I've seen a couple of your bandit signs. So,
In Bella Vista?
yeah, Bella
Okay,
Vista
cool.
area.
Cool. Yeah, man. So I guess besides bandit signs and people selling their houses, also you have wholesalers, other rehabbers, other investors that'll call them too. So they're really good. So I
Great.
definitely recommend them for you too, man.
Thanks, appreciate that. Great.
But yeah, so why don't you tell me about what you do with real estate? You're a wholesaler right now.
Actually, no, I'm just I'm on the low end. I'm going out farming the area, looking for some properties for real estate guys. I'm bird dogging right now, basically, is what I'm doing. And I'm trying to learn the wholesale business, taking seminars and classes and things of that nature, looking for cash buyers, and hope that I can do some assigns and some flips and get into the business. So I'm starting from the ground level up.
Gotcha. I like bird dogs because they're kind of like soldiers on the ground for me. Kind of. They know the area very well. So.
Yes, I've only been in Youngstown for probably about 2 years, so I'm learning the area, farming the areas. I'm bird dogging houses. I'm learning the area very well, and I also have some properties that I'm looking for in the Pittsburgh area where I'm actually from. So I'm doing that area also. So it's working out pretty good. I actually have found some properties for some investors. And so I'm hoping to continue to do that and move up to where I can put some money away to actually do some flipping myself.
Gotcha. So you have been able to do some bird dogging for people?
Oh yeah.
In the past. Do they usually pay you? I guess if they close on a house, give you a couple $100, or how does that work?
Yeah, they actually throw off some money for actually finding them properties that they actually purchase.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do that with you too.
Great, awesome, because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some cash buyers that I can find some houses for. I'm out here looking at all these houses. I don't want to have all these houses and nobody to give them to. You know what I mean? So if I can find yourself and more cash buyers like yourself, this will actually help me move up in the business also, put some funds to the side to find some properties.
Yeah, because like I was showing you with this Dunlap house, a lot of these houses on the market, the retail, you're not dealing with the seller directly. You're dealing with these realtors. And let's be honest, these realtors are, kind of like dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, they will not budge on prices where you can kind of negotiate with the seller directly.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like a huge wall,
right?
Essentially. So it's really tough to get an investor price for a retail house on the market. It's either got to be like on the market for a couple of years, something be really wrong with it, or
yes,
you just need to pass on it.
I've tried to work. I've tried to work with a couple of retailers, and it's almost impossible. They don't really want to work with you. That I found they tell me to go to real estate school. I've tried a couple of investors.
Become a realtor.
Yeah, they told me to become a realtor. Yeah, they said how do you do this? You can't do that. It's better to become a realtor. So I find that better that it's just to eliminate them and try to deal directly with homeowners themselves. And I do that by trying to put out some direct mail and some bandit signs and passing out some flyers, and then update them periodically, 3 or 4 weeks every month or so. Follow up on them.
Yeah, because I can put out bandit signs, I can do direct mail, I can put up Craigslist ads, but if I have a bird dog or another wholesaler doing that as well, we're only twice as good working together. So that's why I want to kind of like build a little network and
right.
have kind of like soldiers like yourself kind of working with me, and I'd love to give you money. So
I love to take it.
So, it's a win-win, right?
It is. I'd be more than glad to work with you.
So I'm glad you called me. But yeah, this house on Dunlap, the realtor won't, the selling realtor will not give me the number, to the buying
to
realtor,
the owner,
to the realtor that's representing me.
Oh, okay.
She won't give him the number that we need to come in at.
Okay.
Obviously, we're not gonna.
Oh, I got you saying.
You know
okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
What kind of price to kind of offer and to negotiate and see where they come down at. This lady will not work with us, so we're kind of like at a standstill. I mean, I definitely gave him a good price.
Okay.
Because I've been to this house and I know I just need to do carpet and paint.
Right.
And so I'm kind of showing you this so you kind of have an idea of what I want. So I want like turnkeys, houses that are in pretty good shape, but all I need to do is kind of paint and carpet and maybe some other minor things, say in the basement or whatever.
Cosmetics.
Yeah, so I mean, a house where someone can't move in right away. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They have to do a little work. So that's why maybe this house is on the market a little longer than it should be, because, grandma can't move into the house because she has to do some carpet and paint. There's some dog smell in there. So that's the kind of house that I want, that I can kind of bring them down at. So I can be like, hey, I got to do this, this, and this with repairs. It's a good house, but
I see what you're saying. Okay.
You know what I mean? That's why I need to come in a little lower.
Okay.
But yeah, I have this map here because I wanted to show you kind of like Bella Vista, where you're from, on the west side.
Okay.
Is where I like to buy houses, and I'm moving into this Whitcliffe area, and then kind of moving into this Boardman area, kind of south of Midlothian, and then Struthers.
I've farmed the Whitcliffe area before. Of course, I farmed the Garden, Bella Vista. I've also farmed Midlothian, Upper South Side, all the way down to South Avenue, from Market to South Avenue. Actually, both sides of Midlothian. I did the Boardman side and the Youngstown side. There is some great deals in there. There's some very good deals in there, and I've got a lot of direct mail out to those. I'm hoping to get some bites real soon. There's a lot of good properties in there. I found even a couple $80,000 properties in there, $60,000 properties in there, that maybe we can snatch up. I'm hoping, because of the work that needs to be done on them, for maybe 35 or 40,000. It's a little higher than what you might want to be, but the properties are there.
Yeah, if I can see the spread, I'm willing to put a little more into it.
Yeah, I really look in, and I do the market analysis so that I have an idea of what that market is and what the houses are going for in that area. I'll try 5 or 6 houses that have sold in that area, and then get a value on what the houses there are going for, and then I have a construction team that I work with. They'll come in and they'll give me an estimate on what it's going to take to get that house where it needs to be. Okay, and so therefore I know how much money has to be in it, what we can get for it when it gets to that level, and so whether it's a good investment or not, it's all about the numbers.
Right.
It's all about the numbers. So if the numbers work, I go for it.
Yeah, and I like it that you're, you have an understanding of Pittsburgh too, because that is a market that I want to get into. I don't really know it very well. I have a lot of friends from there, and I visit there sometimes and kind of learn the market. It's obviously a lot more upscale than here, and that's really growing. But I definitely see it as an advantage to learn and possibly get some rentals there in the future.
Right. The McKeesport, Upper McKeesport side, Monroeville, Turtle Creek, even Plumboro for that matter. Plumboro houses are a little higher. But those are great areas for investors to go in. I've seen some great deals in there, even some nice foreclosure properties in that area, that there are some really, really major deals on that you can make a lot of money. There's a lot of money to be made in the Pittsburgh market. In fact, one of the schools and seminars that I went to for Abundance actually was in Pittsburgh. And so I got to meet a lot of investors who actually took the courses and are now actually cash buyers in that area. So I actually know some cash buyers in that area. And
that's good, building up your buyers list.
Building my buyers list, yes, also. And I know what kind of properties they're looking for. But because I know the area, a lot of these guys are doctors and lawyers that was in these classes I was in these classes with. They don't have time to go out here and find these houses. So I go out and I get these houses first.
So they need a bird dog.
So I get these houses first, you know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? If I can have on a team, if we're on a team and we're working on a team, you get first dibs. And that's what it's all about, you know what I mean? It's for me as a bird dog. I'm trying to find a team to work with. Like you're looking for someone to go out there and bird dog and farm. I'm looking for someone who's looking for that. Some people don't want to. You'd be surprised how many investors don't even want to get involved in that. They'd rather just find their own properties or just wait it out. But I'm looking for somebody who's motivated, who wants to make money now, and who wants to flip these houses. And because I don't know how long the market's going to be like this.
Right.
You don't know what the market's going to bear.
Yeah, so that's why I'm kind of doing some of these flips and selling them to investors or whatever, but also keeping a lot of rentals for myself too. Okay. Because that's
you're doing a lot of cash and hold. You're doing a flip and hold.
Yeah, my brothers and I are buying a lot of these rentals, keeping them for ourselves, as well as to gain some cash, as well as do these little flips, and sell them to investors. So,
okay. All right. That's
just like our network we're building too. You're just like you're building yours. So.
Right. Exactly. Okay. That works fine. That works fine with me. What area is this right here that you're looking at here?
It's
I see the market. What,
it's just kind of like going.
Oh, actually, this is pretty much what I was just talking about. Is this Midlothian, right? This is Boardman. What is this?
This is Midlothian, and then south of it is this area.
Okay, I see southern.
So they remember the train tracks right here?
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm very familiar with that area.
This is 224.
Gotcha. Okay, and what's this one right here?
That's like Struthers.
Oh, this is Struthers?
Yeah.
Now, Struthers I'm not familiar with. I'd have to go into Struthers. I'm not very familiar with Struthers. I've been basically doing Youngstown and Boardman, but I didn't know if they're, I don't know much about Struthers, so that's something I'd be...
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the houses are selling for 40, 50 range, and, if we can
Okay.
get them, under that, obviously, to either buy for myself or do these, like, little flips to investors, that's what I'm looking for.
Okay. And I'm trying to look at the streets here you got here. This is Youngstown Poland Road, and this is 680?
680, yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah, I kind of trying to stay away from the south side and,
Oh,
and the
definitely.
east side.
Yeah.
There's definitely some good streets here, but like I have a few houses here, but you really have to do your homework and make sure the street is safe and someone would want to rent there.
Yeah.
Because it changes by street,
Most of the people that I know that are working these areas are doing Section 8 properties. They're doing flipping holes, but they're doing them for Section 8 purposes. So I don't know if you're doing Section 8 or whatever. A lot of
Yeah, I do.
you
I
do Section 8. Okay, they're mostly Section 8 investors that are in these areas. There are some great deals in there. I've seen some, but they're hard on properties in this area.
Yeah, I got one for 14 that was a really, really good deal.
Is that right?
But yeah, it was kind of a diamond in the rough.
Yeah.
Keep looking for those.
Yeah, Philadelphia got some lot of nice houses on it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's that. I can like even houses that I get that I don't want to either buy myself or get into. I could even like almost in a sense wholesale it to you for one of your investors and just be like, hey, give me a little bird dog fee.
Ways.
You know what I mean?
Yes, it does. It works both ways.
Because other people, just like you were saying, invest in those areas that maybe I don't.
Exactly. Yeah, that works both ways. Yes, it does. That's something I like to do.
Yeah, so I grabbed the Vindicator here because I put in, like you were saying, you did a direct mail campaign.
Yes.
I did a bandit sign campaign.
Yes.
I did a newspaper campaign, and
How'd that work out?
let's get it on the camera here. Can you see it? Move it closer. So I put my sister's name on there, Melissa Buys Houses in Youngstown and Struthers, and put my name there. Put it in there for a couple weeks. I definitely got a lot of calls so far. But obviously with a lot of these houses, you're kind of engaging kind of like elderly people that are either moving, going to assisted living, passing away, whatever. And that's why I use the newspaper, because who's using the newspaper these days? Just older people.
The older people, exactly.
I mean, you and I are probably not buying the paper too much or getting it delivered to our house.
I haven't bought a paper since I've been here. So.
Because most of us, I guess, millennials or people our age are getting this stuff off their phone and just want real quick and easy articles to read or whatever, and they're not getting a paper. So when I market to direct demographics, and this one with the paper was to elderly people.
Okay.
And that's what I got, people that are kind of in their 50s and above.
Great. Okay,
that saw my stuff. So
okay.
it's a good little way to engage kind of that market, and nothing I closed on, but I definitely got some calls kind of in that demographic. So
Okay.
we'll do it again though. But yeah, man. I mean, how did you kind of like get into real estate and stuff? Why
Actually,
why'd you get into it?
It's actually been something that I've been wanting to do. I used to build houses. I was in construction, and I was in Spotsylvania County, Virginia. I lived down there for 10 years, and I worked for Silver Construction, and we built homes. We built $200,000 to $500,000 homes. And I was the flat concrete work guy. I did flat concrete work, and I worked with the plumbers and electricians and stuff like that. And once you start building homes for people and you're seeing it, you start wanting to get involved in this. You want to know all aspects of it. At least I am. I'm the type of guy that when I do something, I want to know the foreman's job, and I want to know the labor's job, and I want to know how they all intertwine. I want to know all aspects of that business. That's the type of person I am. And so that's what got me into it. I started building houses down there. tore my back out, messed myself up doing some. I also did heavy construction on building the bridges and stuff. And when I went and did some bridge work and tore my back up, did some lifting the wrong way, and decided I needed to do something else. And I always had this itch for houses, so I decided let me go sell some, you know. And of course, it takes credit, it takes money, it takes a lot of stuff to get into that, which I didn't have at the time. Because when you go on disability, you lose that income that you're used to. You go from a different lifestyle. You're in a different curve financially as far as your income goes. So decided to just do school and just study stuff. I just did a lot of studying on the side, and came up here to the flea market, talked to a guy, and he told me about this housing industry up here. He said, "Man, you should get into houses. There's a lot of houses up here. You like to work on houses? There's a lot of houses up here." And so I came up here, started working on houses. Ran across a gentleman from LA. He has a bunch of houses, did some work for him, and found out about this wholesale thing. So once I found out about that, I decided to go to school to learn about what it all entailed. And so here I am. I just finished my seminars and my classes within the last 2 months. Like I say, I got took on some of them. All these seminars aren't the best seminars. They give you a lot of books and materials, but nothing that closes. They don't teach you how to close a deal.
It's kind of like the hard knocks, right?
Yeah,
Like,
they went through hard knocks, and it's very expensive to go through hard knocks. It's very expensive to go through hard knocks. But I ran across this one Abundance Real Estate Academy, and I went there, and that turned things around for me. And so now I'm at the point now where I'm ready to go out here and bust this out. So I just got my power team together, and now I'm looking to do business, looking to do some business and change my life a little bit. You know what I mean? Change that pay scale. You know what I mean? And also build a business in the process.
Yeah, I mean, once you start selling some of these properties wholesale wise, kind of making some cash on the side, then you can start building that up and getting into rehab yourself, and then buying home too.
Buying home too, yeah, exactly. That's what I want to do. I learned that the easiest way to may not be the easiest way, but because there's nothing easy about this. But maybe the best way to get into flipping is to start at the bottom with the bird dog and do some assigns and some partner flips and things of that nature, and build your cash base up, your savings and cash base to where you'll get enough to go out here and do that first flip. And then when you do the flips, you get a little more income on the flips. And so that's why I actually have a plan. I want to do 3 to 5 wholesales a week, and do maybe 3 to 4 flips a month. And that's my goal for the first year.
And how are you going to do that with the marketing? Just bandit signs, direct mail?
Do some marketing, bandit signs, some Craigslist. I've been doing a lot of studying on using the social medias. And so I plan on using the social medias to my advantage also. So between the
that's kind of where all the marketing's going,
Yes. The social media is your marketing nowadays. So I'm learning how to use that and take advantage of that aspect of it. I have some software that I use. I explained to you that I got a website getting ready to come on and working with a person to put a website together, and I can feed everything through the website. And as I find properties, I can send the properties to multiple investors, cash buyers. I call them my VIP investors, and I can send multiple to make things a little organized. So that's pretty much where I'm at with it, and that's where my marketing is. Most of my marketing will be through social media.
Yeah, I think you're in a good place, man. If you stick with it, a lot of people quit.
I'm not quitting on this.
After a few months or a year, a lot of people quit. But yeah, if you just keep up the marketing, you're definitely going to get some calls.
Yeah, I was talking about quitting. I dibbled and dabbed for probably like the last 10 years. I bought some Carlton Sheets courses. I bought some Dave Deldado courses. I bought, you name it, I bought a course and got them and put the books. I read the books a couple times and threw them in the closet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because there was nothing in there. It was all, and then I got away from it. And like I said, when I found this area, when someone turned me on this area and told me that, that there was opportunity here. If there's opportunity, I get serious about it. I wasn't serious about it because I didn't have the education.
Right.
You know what I mean? But as I got the education, and then you find the opportunities also, they go hand in hand.
Hey man, I just want to win, Clarence. I just want to win, man.
My man. So do I. So I'm glad you gave me a call. I'll call back and ask for this opportunity to sit down and meet with me. I'm looking forward to working with you, your team, your partners, and I believe we can do a lot of business together, make a lot of money together. I appreciate you getting back to me.
Yeah, I mean, we have some goals for 2017. A certain amount of rentals we want to do, a certain amount of flips, a certain amount of multifamily, and just kind of like those areas that I was showing you. That's where our goal base is now. And then as we kind of grow, we can kind of move into even nicer areas. Canfield, Poland, Columbiana, and kind of go from there.
Do you have a team together to, like you say, you might need some paint, cosmetic paint, you might need some plumbing or whatever? Do you have a team together to go in and knock these things out for you as you get the properties? Do you have a team to go in there and knock these cosmetics out and stuff like that for you?
Yeah, I have a list of like handymen and contractors, but I'm always willing to give other people, bids, offers on projects. Kind of start them small, and then I can give them bigger projects once I trust them. They give me a good price and get stuff done quickly. Because a lot of these contractors kind of jump from job to job. Yeah. If you're not on them,
I've learned that up here the hard way too.
They're just going to give you any excuse in the book,
Yeah, I've learned that the hard way too. I've had a couple since I've been up here. Painters, supposedly drywall men, and they are not drywall men.
Those are like the two easiest things to do in a house is paint and drywall.
Gosh, yeah, right in the middle of a job, man. I had to change a whole crew, man, because they was doing the painting and the drywall, and man, they missing spots and and the drywall. I mean, they're puttying up holes instead of cutting out board and putting the drywall in. They're trying to putty big old holes and putting screens in, and like, what are you guys doing?
So they were pushing your timeline back, plus costing you money. So you're like, you just have to cut it off.
I cut them off. I have a crew in Pittsburgh. I don't have a crew up here. I was trying to find that right crew up here. So I end up doing what you're doing. I end up finding some handy guys on Craigslist, some handymen on Craigslist, and actually ran across a couple good ones. And so they knocked them out. They knocked them out real fast. But that's some stuff I was just doing for myself to keep some cash. That had nothing to do with me working for the other investors. That was just jobs I was taking on myself.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean finding a good contractor is definitely difficult. So you kind of have to give them some small projects and kind of work with them and see if you can trust them or not.
I learned that the hard way also. School of Hard Knocks is a tough place to go, man.
So yeah, I think we're in a good spot. The marketing, keep building up our buyers list, keep building up the contractor list, and just build a network and just growing that across the country. So you can kind of sell these to in-state investors as well as out-of-state.
Exactly.
Because you said you sold some to a friend in California. Right?
California. Yep. So I think we're on to something good here. It's good to have somebody to sit down, talk to, and work with. This is pretty much what I've been looking for. You know what I mean? Somebody who understands the whole shebang from bottom to top. So you're in a good place. I'm in a good place. You're actually looking for what I'm doing, and I'm looking for what you need. So we're good for each other right now. This is a good marriage.
Yeah, because I kind of look at this real estate business kind of like the military and kind of officers and enlisted, and kind of everybody kind of has their place.
Place, right?
Essentially.
Exactly.
And I kind of look at it that way, but also kind of the market right now is very saturated, and there aren't really too many deals on the market, so that's why we need to kind of work even more to get these off-market deals and work with these sellers and get them down in price, which you can do.
Yeah.
But you can't do really with realtors involved.
Right. Yeah. It's taking a hit. Like the guy I was telling you about from Los Angeles, he bought 100 houses in the Youngstown, Boardman area. He bought 75 to 100 in Cleveland, and he has another 250 in North Carolina. And so he just bought a whole bunch of houses up. And a lot of them are not even livable. He can't find, because he's having trouble finding people to fix them, to get them up so he can get them rented out. And then he ran into a money problem by doing that. So he ended up actually shutting down and losing some of his houses. He had to start selling some of his houses off.
What's the price range he's looking for?
I don't know. I haven't spoke to him in about 6 or 7 months. Well, actually, nothing wrong. I'm wrong about this. It's been about 3 months I haven't spoke to him, so I don't know where he's at right now. I just know the problem that he ran into, because he was looking for funds. He was calling people and trying to find people to sell houses to. He asked me to find some people to sell some of his houses to back then, but that was 3 or 4 months ago. I don't know where he's at now. You know what I mean?
I would touch base with him again, and
But,
I mean, he probably has some friends, and kind of like look to see what kind of returns he's looking for. Because I have some houses I might you'd be able to sell them that I don't want to get into, but he might.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what his financial situation is. I don't know if he got it straight or if he's still selling them off or what the case may be. I really don't know because I haven't talked to him in a while. But I can definitely touch base with him and find out where he's at.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess before we go, is there anything else you could tell people that are kind of starting in this business that you kind of difficult for you to learn until you kind of failed at it and then learn that, hey, this is what you got to do?
One thing I would say is just don't go out there buying all these books, all these seminars, these classes. They're not what they say they are. Don't put your money in them. I put probably $5,000 to $7,000 in seminars and classes and books, and they're just not what they say they're going to. What they say they are. You can go to your local library and places like that, or the best thing to do is to find you a mentor. Find someone who is willing to show you and teach you the ropes. There's plenty of them out here. They charge a fee, but it's great because they don't mind. You don't mind paying them the money because they're going to help you get that first house, and it's going to come right back real fast. So the best thing I would say that if I had to do this all over again, the first thing I would do is get a mentor. And then don't give up. Stay on it. Best advice I can give anybody. Get a mentor. Stay on it. It's hard work. Don't think this is easy money. It's gonna come overnight. You got to do your due diligence and work hard.
Right. I mean, everybody kind of has like dollar signs in their eyes, but they don't want to do the hard work to get to there. So
right.
That's why it's kind of like the few kind of succeed. So
exactly.
we just got to keep going through it and doing what we're doing, kind of doing the grunt work right now, doing the marketing, doing all this stuff before we can start hiring people to do that for us.
Right.
We just need to continue doing that ourselves and keep working at it and doing deals and just grow the company, man, right?
Exactly. one deal at a time. You know what I mean? One deal at a time. Just take your time, one deal at a time. But the main thing is don't give. It's like anything else. It's hard work. And hard work pays off. If you think you're just going to come here, throw some money off, and just make some money, and money's just going to start making, you're in the wrong business. Play the lottery.
Yeah, the cool thing with real estate is you never have to retire. I mean, we could be doing this in our 80s. Right? So that's kind of the cool thing with real estate. So
right.
If you can do the hard work when you're young, it'll really pay off as we get older. So
That's exactly right. The first time I looked at real estate and decided that I actually wanted to maybe be a landlord. And that's another thing, if I got to say one more thing, that's one thing I learned is I want to be a investor, but I don't want to be stuck being a landlord the rest of my life. Because landlords work hard. Okay, you're always fixing homes. You're always out there doing, unless you got a good team and you're an investor. Investors have good teams. Investors spend their time looking for and purchasing properties. Landlords spend their time working on properties. I don't want to be a landlord. I want to be an investor. So get that mindset also, because landlords, you never retire. Landlords don't retire. They work themselves to the grave. Whereas investors, they take vacations and enjoy life.
right.
Okay, that's the difference.
So they kind of don't mind paying property management.
You don't mind, right?
Once you get enough houses.
Exactly. Once you get to that
sense.
point, you get your property manager and you get your rehab team and you let them do your work. You let them do the work. That's where you want to be at. You want to be an investor. You don't want to be a landlord.
Yeah. Good advice, man. Hey, appreciate it,
All
man.
right. Okay.
Good meeting you.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay, my man.